All right, my name is Mr. Gonzalez, and today we're going to be reviewing the literature circles that we've been working on. We're going to introduce a new one today, the background detective. So, does anybody want to come up here and write down one of the roles from the literature circle? Anybody? Jason? Just write it anywhere on there. Just what's the name of the role? Okay. Now, can anybody tell me what the job is as a director checker? You guys remember? You guys need a review? Do you want me to show you what it looks like so you guys can?
Yes,
So remember, literature circles are you guys working in a group, and the director checker, their job is to make sure that everybody is doing their job. So the director checker has to have knowledge of everything so they can help each other out. They're also the ones that put the plus or minuses on the side as if somebody was working, not working, take notes, they needed help. All right, does anybody else want to come up here and write down the next one or have one that they want to write down? Diego? Word wizard. Now, can anybody tell me what the word wizard is? Or should I go back and put another example for you guys? Man, were you guys all absent that day? Yeah. Word wizard. So what do you think the word wizard job is?
the person who like writes the word and then like defines and like tries to explain what the word is and tries to explain like and then illustrate the picture by it.
Good. Now, why would we illustrate a picture though?
So then like you'll have like a better understanding of what the word is.
Diego was the only one here. I know, like for me, if I read a definition, I'll remember the definition, but it doesn't mean I know what the word means. If I use it in a sentence, it doesn't mean I understand, but when you throw a picture in there, I'm a visual person. So, anybody else want to come up and do the next one? Christian? Christian Granson? Event expert. What does that mean? Should I go back up there or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Good thing we're reviewing this. Event expert. So what is their job?
The person who summarizes like the whole what the story is.
The story.
And the subject.
And this is important when you're reading, because if you just write a summary after you're done reading, you might miss some stuff. But with this, as you read, at the beginning, if you take the notes, the middle, the end, and then a picture. I know it might look difficult to draw a picture, but really you're just drawing the events. I mean, I would go like this, maybe like a storyboard. First thing happened, second, and so on. This way you can remember what all the events are. Anybody want to go up and write the last one? Jonathan, go ahead. you the sheet again, or you good, or?
Is that
It's the person who,
identify the characters?
Yes, it's the
who they
person.
are, what they do, what interests them.
What three questions are important when
Who, why, and what.
who, why, what? Okay, then we draw a picture again. Just to give us a visual, you know, depending on the book you're reading. You guys are a little older, so hopefully you're not reading picture books as much. But if you're reading, you know, novels or anything like that, what you think the character looks like might be different from somebody else. So it's good for me to see how you interpret the character. Okay? All right. Well, so now that we got all that done, we're going to add one more role. This is the final one. And this is the background detective. Well, it tells you right there. The where, the when, the how. Is it important to know all this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, can somebody explain to me what those questions mean?
Where the story took place, when, and how did it happen?
How did it happen? That's good. That actually is really good. Good job, Christian. We want to know where it took place, when, the time period, and how. Okay? We want to know how it happened, what was the cause of it, and all of this ties in with your literature circle, because you remember everybody has a certain job, and then you'll come together at the end and put it all together. And again, that's important for the illustrations, because where we're doing character detective can help everybody get a visual of what the character looks like. So, I seem to have, here we go. So now we're going to fill out the background detective together. Now before we start there, I want you guys to take a minute and on the back of your sheet, write down a time that you might have said something that you regret saying, or you might have done something you regret saying. Remember, we're in school, guys, so let's keep it appropriate. You know, lie to coach because you missed practice. Lie to your parents. Something that won't get you in trouble, but just an example of you saying something that you regret. It could even be as simple as, okay, I'll help you do it. And then after you're done eating pizza, you regret helping the person do it. All right, anybody would like to share? Jonathan?
When I told him that I would take out the trash after I watched the TV show.
And you did it. Well, that's a good example. Anybody else want to share? Christian?
I told my friend I was gonna go play soccer with him, but I didn't go.
Did you have a good reason not to go?
I told him I was gonna take a nap.
I guess that's a good reason. Jason?
I told my coach I didn't want to go practice because my ankle hurt, but it really didn't hurt.
Ouch. Okay. Well, I guess Diego, everybody else, would you like to share? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No,
Put
we
you on the spot.
didn't.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do then. The reason I asked you to do that is it kind of ties in with the moral of this fable. Okay, we're reading Aesop's Fables. Okay, and so what I want you to do as I read this, I'm going to stop after every paragraph, and I want you guys to just take notes, just words, whatever. It could be on the side. Don't write it too big. We'll fill it in together. Okay? So the where, the when, and the how. So the story, the fable I'm going to read you is the tortoise and the ducks. The tortoise, you know, carries his house on his back, no matter how hard he tries. He cannot leave home. They say that Jupiter punished him so because he was such a lazy stay-at-home that he would not go to Jupiter's wedding, even when especially invited. So when I give you your next fable, when you work in your group, I want you guys to practice reading the first paragraph and then stopping to fill in those questions. So what I will do for you guys is I will put a copy on the Elmo so you guys can follow along, make it easy on you guys. So I'll read it again. The tortoise, you know, carries his house on his back. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot leave home. They say that Jupiter punished him so because he was such a lazy stay-at-home that he would not go to Jupiter's wedding, even when especially invited. So remember, we're working on the background detective. So the next paragraph, sorry. After many years, the tortoise began to wish he had gone to that wedding. When he saw how gaily the birds flew about and how the hare and the chipmunk and all the other animals ran nimbly by, always eager to see everything there was to be seen, the tortoise felt very sad and discontented. He wanted to see the world too, and there he was with a house on his back and little short legs that could hardly drag him along. So as you're thinking about who, what, where, how, where, when, how, there's a lot of animals, right?
Yeah.
So I want you guys to all imagine where you think this is. Some of you guys might put different places. So, one day he met a pair of ducks and told them all his trouble. "We can help you to see the world," said the ducks. "Take hold of this stick with your teeth, and we will carry you far up in the air, where you can see the whole countryside. But keep quiet, or you will be sorry." Okay, just remember some key points there. The tortoise was very glad indeed. He seized the stick firmly with his teeth, and the two ducks took hold of it, one at each end, and away they sailed up towards the clouds. Just then, a crow flew by. He was very much astonished at the strange sight and cried, "This must surely be the king of tortoises." "Why, certainly," began the tortoise, but as he opened his mouth to say the foolish words, he lost his hold of the stick, and down he fell to the ground, where he was dashed to pieces on a rock. I know taking out the trash was a little not as harsh as this, but so can anybody tell me what the moral of the story is?
Don't lie to like the person that's offering you something, or like just don't lie overall. Like be 100.
Okay. Well, I tried to cover it but didn't realize it. Here's the moral. Foolish curiosity and vanity often lead to misfortune. Well, he opened his mouth because he was bragging. Now he's on the rocks. Okay? So we will now fill in the background detective. Would anybody like to go up there first and write down a where? Jonathan, go ahead. Now, if you don't have what he wrote down, go ahead and add it onto your list. The more words that you get down, the better.
I just have one thing, or?
You just want to write one thing for right now. Give everybody a fair chance. Anybody else? Go ahead, Diego. It doesn't just have to be the where. If that's what I said, I apologize. It could be the where, the when, the how.
I got one for the where.
Go ahead.
This too.
Christian? Actually here. Take that. If anybody else wants to come up, go ahead and come up right now. There's plenty of workers.
For when,
Anywhere. Just go ahead and come up all guys at the same time if you want to. Let's see if
how about fairy tale?
Nice. For you guys that aren't coming up here, you might want to copy down some of this stuff because you might miss something that they have. Can anybody think of another how? That's a good one. That's an important one. Go ahead, use the same one. It's all right. I know you. Good. You guys beginning to understand the how now? Another one of the hows that you could have written down was at the beginning. Okay? He had his house on his back. How did that happen?
He didn't go to the wedding.
He didn't go to the wedding. Jupiter was punishing him. Okay? This one is a good one, because what ended up happening? Dropped to his death. Nope, that ain't fun. Okay? So, before we split up into your groups, I want you guys, is this the moral of the story, is this something you guys would say, or how you would do it, or explain it on a daily basis? Like, is this
Like in our own words.
in your own, is this your language friendly?
No.
Foolish curiosity and vanity often
I mean, it's like,
misfortune. We understand what it says,
yeah,
but you think we can, I don't know,
put it in our words.
put it in our words?
Yeah.
Does anybody? Well, let's start off with what words up here are the ones that we might struggle with?
Misfortune.
Vanity.
Vanity, misfortune,
Curiosity.
two,
For some.
Curiosity.
curiosity.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So you would call somebody foolish? You call yourself foolish?
Alright.
Yeah.
Foolish too.
Okay. Who wants to do foolish? You don't have to come up here, I'm gonna give you time. You know what I'll do?
I'll do both.
Jonathan, you do foolish. Christian, you do curiosity. Jason, do vanity. And Diego, do misfortune. Just write a couple words. Just write a couple words that you might think of that mean, that can represent these words as well, like your own words.
Alright.
My own words.
In your own words. What would foolish be in your own words?
Go up there.
Yeah, just go up here and write it down. You can even write a phrase if you want.
Curious.
Into yourself.
Drop it down. Curious.
Write that down. You ever do that? Write that one. Yeah. Alright, that's enough. That's alright, guys. That's fine. Alright, go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down, guys. Go ahead and sit down. Thank you. Okay. Foolish, silly, outgoing, curiosity, chismoso, conceited, bad luck, not something you would want to happen. Now, curiosity, chismoso. That's how you would say it in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Or similar to it. Well, can you translate chismoso in English differently?
Curiosity.
Always wanting. Oh, curiosity.
Or isn't it like a nosy?
Nosy.
Curiosity.
Okay. So
Curious.
I'm just letting you know that you can use Spanish if you need to get a better word in English for the ones that you're stuck with. So if we were to write this over again, we would put what? Being silly and chismoso. Oh, and conceited. Sorry, I missed the part right there. Often leads to bad luck. Does that make a little more sense to you guys?
Yes.
Instead of foolish curiosity and all that other good stuff?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, thank you guys. Bell rang, so go to practice class.